Hulvey dropped the remix to his massively popular song called Altar with Ciara. And it's caused quite a bit of backlash on the internet. Kind of went deep on the song, the mixing of the song, her addition to the song, how she came to be on the song, the critique of her being on the song. Is she congruent to be on the song? What is her Instagram and her presence, right? So on and so forth. So I kind of went down the rabbit hole, and I'll try to summarize it as easily as possible. So this song, Altar, is a Hovi song with Forrest Frank on it. That's different than No Longer Bound. That is a Forrest Frank song that Hovi collaborated on. They're both primary artists on both of those songs, but as you guys know, No Longer Bound, Maverick City hopped on that one.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. So Ciara hears the song. Her and her husband share it last Easter. Like, not this past Easter, but last Easter. She loves the song. They love the song. Her husband's been an openly professing Christian for a long time.
And he plays football, I think.
And he plays football, and he's been crushing it. She has been professing faith in Jesus for a long time. The critique of her, brand-wise, is she kind of posts some thirst trappy photos occasionally, which I'm not deep on her Instagram. That's what some would say is the critique. There's a video, I guess, of her at a party with some of her friends. That she just had a song come out with Chris Brown that I guess, haven't heard the context of the song, but apparently they're not very Christian or mother-wife-like. But I don't know. We'll just say that's true. So those are like critiques about Ciara. The critiques about the song is that she had a line in there about low vibrations.
Oh.
He helps me on my low vibrations. God helps me on my low vibrations. Now, low vibrations, most folks know, is a new agey term. Low vibrations.
Bad vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes, low vibrations. Okay, so that is the crux of her, with her being on the song, right? It's new age spiritualism kind of seeping in, and she hasn't presented the most modest showing of herself on social media, and she's kind of done some other songs with Chris Brown that's a little more risque, raunchy, if you will. One of the biggest folks who called this out, and she actually shared a carousel post on her story about this. One of the tweets is that she needs to publicly repent of every sin she's ever committed and confess and change everything about what she's doing. The issue with this framework, that she needs to publicly repent of everything she's ever done, is that none of us, if we're going to be honest, we're not serving or not allowed to participate or not allowed to collaborate prior to repenting of every single sin because we don't know every single sin. Meaning that there were issues in my heart, there were issues in my life, and I was still allowed to participate within some sort of Christian community prior to me having the revelation that I still have blind spots. So the standard of I want Ciara to repent, I do want her to repent. I want her to repent of some of the new agey stuff. I want her to repent of kind of posting thirst trappy photos on Instagram, though I think that's a bit subjective. It depends on who you're asking. To me, I'm not following her. I don't like looking at women in general, right? So if there are things in her life, she should repent. The issue is that she's clearly a newer believer, and she obviously doesn't see or understand that some of these things are sinful or unwise. At the very least, posting kind of risque photos is at the very least unwise, if not overtly sinful. So my question comes back to the person who's upset. Were you not allowed to serve at your local church, to participate in fellowship while you were still working out stuff? Because I'll tell you what, my first 4 years of going to church and surrendering and wrestling with God and struggling had a lot of issues in my life. So it's like she does a song with Chris Brown, and people who know that she goes to church now and she's married to a very open Christian athlete are like, ew, she did this song with Chris Brown. She does a song with Hovi, and they go, ew, why did Hovi do a song with her? She can't do a gospel song. So from her perspective, if she's genuinely like, I have these gifts, I want to share them with the world, I'm a work in progress, she talks about backsliding in the song.
Oops.
There's an actual lyric about even when I backslide. So clearly she understands that she's still a work in progress. And here's going to be the pushback. You're lowering the bar for ministry. That's the pushback. Mm-hmm. And to that I would say that's a fair critique. However, that critique is anchored on the view that this is ministry. And I have a punchline for you. This is not ministry. This is entertainment. This is music. Can entertainment and music and media minister? Yes, it can. Is it ministry? No, it's not. So the issue that people are having is in the same way the Will Smith and Maverick City song, in the same way when we have a non-Christian come on our platform, in the same way where there's dialogue happening, we're reacting to Christian content, we're adding commentary. People are making a categorical error that what Hulvey is doing is running an online rap church. And he's not.
Yeah.
And Ciara is not leading worship with him. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. So this is a situation that came about very organically because people met and appreciated each other's giftings and wanted to participate in this moment of a song. And this is what came out of it. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. I understand why you would feel a way about it. I understand why you feel a way about it. But my question to you is, if you don't like it, and let's just say you're right. Let's just say I concede all the... She be posting thirsty stuff. Oh, gosh, she used to date Future. Oh,
she
man.
She had a baby with Future.
She got a baby with Future. Oh, God, she used to... she just did a song with Chris Brown. And, gosh, Okay, let's just say I concede all those points. My question to you is, do you think the best way to get her to grow and repent of some of these things is to have an angry mob of Christians in her comments? Like, is that what y'all really think is what's going to get her to mature? Think about your own life. Think about in your early Christian life when you were just like coming to the faith and you still were rough around the edges and you had issues, as do I still have issues. And think about the process to get you to mature would be to have a bunch of Christians mad at you on social media because of using your gift of singing to hop on your favorite Christian gospel rap song. Think about how ineffective that is. Like, really, like, ask yourself. Because here's the thing, and we're going to keep coming back to this. John 13 and John 15, Jesus says, the world will know you're my disciples by how you love one another. So do you really believe that if Ciara's a babe in the faith, which by all measurable accounts, it seems like she's fairly new. I don't know how long she's been kind of going to church. Maybe she grew up Christian. Maybe right? But relatively speaking, she's newer to the faith. Do you really think the way that you get her to repent and mature is by behaving the way Christians have been behaving about this on social media? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. Now, you could have a fair critique. You could have a fair critique of like, hey, like, I don't know about this. Like, Hovi, like, there's other gospel artists that would have been great. But for whatever reason, he chose to do a song with Hovi. And Hovi chose to do a song with her, and that's his prerogative. He gets to choose. It's his song. He gets to choose that. And so I think the outrage is just is a bit silly to me because this is categorically not ministry. Hovi is not your pastor. Ciara is not your worship leader. That is not what's happening. This is media. This is art. This is music. This is entertainment from Christians. And I think that Hovi wanted to do this. That's his prerogative. Now, I don't think the people that are upset are all mad and heresy hunters and whatever. I think they're doing their best to be good Bereans. They're looking at the scriptures. They're trying to see what the scriptures say. They're wrestling with the scriptures, and they feel a way about it. But I think this like idea that like this is how you move the needle to get people to grow, I just don't think that's true. I don't think this is how you would treat your family member. I don't think this is how you would treat a good friend. I don't think it's how you treat somebody in your local community. I don't think you would do this, right? And so my advice would be to pray for her, pray for Hulvey, pray for wisdom. If you're going to critique something, try the sandwich method. You know what the sandwich method is? Say something good that you like about the song, share the correction, and then add something else good. Like, this is how we deal with people in our own life, isn't it? If you got to have a conversation with a family member or a friend, you don't just come in guns blazing.
I hated that.
I hated this song. You're lukewarm. I'm never listening to you again. I have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old, and we're never listening to you again. And
you get started getting specific about your family members that aren't going to listen to it.
Right. And I would hope, this is my heart, if you feel this passionate about it, and let's just hypothetically say this is a misstep for Hulvey, I would hope that you would have enough grace and mercy that if this is a misstep for, which I don't think it is, but if this is a misstep for Hulvey, that you would extend him the grace and mercy to not cancel him over this. I'm not listening to your music anymore. How dare you do a song with Ciara? I'm never coming to one of your shows. That's how some people are acting on social media. One hypothetical misstep. I don't think this is really a misstep, but one misstep. Let's concede it's a misstep. Let's hypothetically say it's a misstep. One misstep from your favorite Christian artist, who, by the way, Hulvey has such a sweetheart for God. Been so consistent, so faithful for so long, and he does one thing you don't like, and it's off with his head? Fam, this is not what Jesus meant in John 13 when he said, the world will know you are my disciples by how you love one another. This is not Christ-like behavior. So there's a time and a place to disagree. There's a time and a place to have hard conversations. There's a time and a place to correct. But the way people are acting about this song and behaving about this song, she needs to repent of everything she's ever done and denounce and renounce every single thing. Did you do that? Oh, you didn't, because you didn't know everything that you needed to repent of and denounce and renounce when you were a new Christian, did you? Oh, so perhaps you should extend that same grace and mercy to her. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that's actually how a Christian's supposed to behave? Now, my opinion about the song, I like the song. I think it's a good song. I like her verses. I don't think she literally meant low vibration, new agey. I don't think she's practicing new age. I think she means low vibration the way we ironically say it's a vibe. Right? It's a vibe. No, we don't mean it's a vibration. I've stopped saying it's a vibe. I say it ironically. Like, I'll be like, Travis Scott. Why do people like Travis Scott? The vibes. Like, I'm being sarcastic, right? But I think that's what she means by it. I don't think she's literally practicing new age nonsense. I think she's meaning it in a vernacular way. And there's all kinds of stuff we say. I just had a clip go viral on Instagram that said, it was from an interview I did with the directors from that Christian horror film. And it was talking about how the term knock on wood is actually summoning gods, right? Pagan deities. And so many Christians say knock on wood. We're not... Is that what you mean, or are you using it as a figure of speech? Knock on wood, my family's healthy, knock on wood. You're not saying it in the sense of I'm summoning pagan gods. Now, should we keep using the phrase? Probably not. I don't really say knock on wood anymore, but I'm not going to cast you away for saying knock on wood or say she's a new age witch because she said low vibrations.
Sorry.
What are you doing, buddy?
My bad.
And I think that's the issue in this discussion. Now, again, I like the song. I thought her verses were cool. I actually like the mix on this version of the song better. And I'm just disheartened by the degree to cast and throw people out that you disagree with on one thing. I think that is so gross. This isn't a sin thing on Hulvey's part. This isn't a sin on Hulvey's part. Okay? Hulvey, perhaps, I like the song. I wouldn't have thought nothing about it. I asked my wife. She's like, oh yeah, no, Ciara's like a married woman now. I think that this is a cool song. It's a cool moment. It came out the way it came out. I don't have an issue with it. But if you do have an issue with it, I would hope you wouldn't discard him over one thing that you disagree with him on and say, my family's never listening to your music again. That's just so cringe to me. Incredible success of our Bless God prayer journal. Many of you guys began to ask for something that had a planner. And so we combined our Bless God prayer journal with a brand new leadership planner that jam-packs the same things from our prayer journal with a planner, goal setting, leadership meeting, and notes. Within next pages, you can see different sections right along here of this leadership planner where you can start out with actionable goals, 12 months of calendar, our original prayer journal prompts, our leadership journal with the proven problem solution framework, and of course, just free write notes. This leadership planner is based off of Matthew 25:14 through 30, which of course is the parable of the talents. The vision of the planner is to help you make the most of your time, talent, and treasure. Head over to blessgod.shop and get yours today. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And be sure to check out this video that YouTube is recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.